Hello, this is the lecture number 11 for the chapter vectors. In the last lecture, we were discussing the miscellaneous exercise and we have done up to question number 7. Now in question number 8, what you have to show that there are the 3 points, vector A, vector point B and C, and their coordinates are given. The coordinate of A is given as 1, minus 2 and minus 8. The coordinate of B is given as 0, 5, 0, minus 2, and the coordinate of C is given as 11, 3 and 7. And you have to show that these 3 points are collinear, and you have to find the ratio in which B divides AC. So you can use the section formula because you have to find the ratio in which B is dividing AC in the ratio. So let B divide. You have done this in the coordinate geometry as well as in the 3D in class 11. So let B divide AC in the ratio K is to 1. So K is to 1 using the section formula. The value of X is K into 11, that is 11K. 1 into 1, that is 1 upon sum of the ratio. The value of Y is 3K. 3 into K plus bulky minus 2 upon sum of the ratio. And the coordinate of Z is 7K. K into 7 plus sum of the ratio, that is 1 into minus 8 upon sum of the ratios. The value of X, Y, Z is given as 5, 0, minus 2. It is equal to 5. This is equal to 0. It is given. And Z is given as how much? It is equal to minus 2. Now, if these 3 points are collinear, then the value of K in all the cases will be equal to 1. If you solve it, the value of K is 2 by 3. And here also, if you solve it, you will get the value of K as 2 by 3. And here you will solve it, the value of the K will be equal to 2 by 3. So now, because the value of K is coming out to be same, so therefore A, B, C are collinear. ये points आपके collinear हैं. Now you have to find the ratio in which B divides AC is K is to 1. It means 2 upon 3 is to 1 or 2 is to 3. So like this, you can use a section formula to find whether these 3 points are collinear or not, and to find in what ratio B divides AC. So I have let it equal to K is to 1 as you are doing in the coordinate geometries for the last 2 years also. So this is the question number 8 we have done. Now in question number 9, you have to find the position vector of the point R which divides the line joining this point P and Q. You have to find the position vector of the R which is dividing this points PQ whose position vectors are given. The position vector of P is given as, this is equal to 2A plus B, and the position vector of Q is given as A minus 3B. And it is given that it is dividing externally in the ratio, it is in the ratio 1 is to 2. Means this is the, let us say the point R, you have to find the position vector of this point R which is dividing this PQ in the ratio 1 is to 2. So the ratio of this is 1 and the ratio of this is 2 externally. So the position vector R, you know it will be equal to M vector A minus N vector B upon difference of the ratio. You know that external division. So you have to multiply this with the 1 with the OP minus 2 with the OQ divided by difference of the ratio. So the position vector of OP is 2A plus B twice A minus 3B upon difference of the ratio. So this is the position vector of R. So 2A, it will be equal to how much? 2A plus A, 2A plus will be equal to how much? It will be equal to 0 plus 4B upon difference of the ratio, that is minus 4B. So this is the position vector of R. Also, you have to show that P is the midpoint of RQ. First of all, let us see the calculation we have done. It is wrong or correct. So it is given that the position vector of P is given as 2a plus b. The position vector of Q is given as a minus 3b, and you have to given that it is dividing this ratio in 1:2 in the externally. So we know that position vector R is 1 into position vector of this minus 2 into position vector of Q upon difference of the ratio, and it is 2a plus b minus 2a minus 3b, and this is the position vector of R, and you have to show that P is the midpoint of this. So it means when you add these two vector and divided by 2, you will get the P is the midpoint of RQ. Now after that, question number 10, two adjacent sides of the parallelogram is given. Two adjacent sides of the parallelogram is given as 2i minus 4j plus 5k, and let us say I minus 2j minus 3k. Adjacent side of the parallelogram is given, and you find the unit vector parallel to the diagonal. So let us say this is the diagonal, and you have to find the d cap. Now by using the triangle of addition of vectors, now AC will be equal to AB plus BC. The resultant of these two vectors, it means you have to add these two vectors, 3i minus 6j plus 2k. This is the resultant of these two vectors, and you have to find d cap. So d cap is vector d divided by the modulus of this vector. So 3i minus 6j plus 2k divided by the modulus of this vector, which is equal to under root x square plus y square plus z square. So 3i minus 6j plus 2k divided by 7. This is the unit vector in the direction of the diagonal of the parallelogram whose adjacent sides are given. So I have lettered this vector diagonal as AC as D, and you have to find the D cap. So D is obtained by using the triangle of addition of vectors. This is the question number 10 of the miscellaneous exercise. So question number 11. Show that the direction cosine of the equally inclined to the axis OX, OY, OZ are. So you have to find the direction cosine of the equally inclined vectors. Now, when it is given that they are equally inclined with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, so alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to k, where alpha, beta, gamma are the angle made by the vector with the x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and it is given that they are equally inclined, so I have let it equal to k. Now we know that direction cosine is cos alpha, m is equal to cos beta, and n is equal to cos gamma. Direction cosines, and it is given as equal to k. It is also equal to beta as k. It is also equal to gamma as k. Now because L square plus m square plus n square is equal to 1, so it is cos square k plus cos square k plus cos square k is equal to 1. So 3 cos square k is equal to 1. Cos square k is equal to 1 upon 3. So cos k will be equal to 1 upon root 3. So the direction cosines all equal to how much? 1 upon the root 3. It is given that L is equal to cos k, m is equal to cos k, and n is equal to also cos k. So these are the direction cosines of the vector which is making an equal angle with the OX, OY and OZ, means x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. And the angle made of the vector with the x-axis is alpha, beta is angle made of the vector with the y-axis, and the gamma is the angle made by the vector with the z-axis. Yes, in question number 12, let A, B, C are the three vectors. Three vectors are given, which is equal to I plus 4j plus 2k. Vector B is given as 3i minus 2j plus 7k, and vector C is given as 2i minus j plus 4k. These are the three vectors given. And what is given? You have to find the vector D, which is perpendicular to each of the vectors. Means you have to find the vector D, which is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. I have let these required vector as D, which is perpendicular to both of the vector A and B, that is D dot A is equal to 0, and it is also perpendicular to the vector B, so D dot B is also equal to 0, and the third condition is given as C dot D is equal to how much? It is given as this. So dot product of the D and A will be Xi plus Yj plus Zk dot A, which is equal to I plus 4j plus 2k. Now dot product xi with I will be equal to x plus 4y, j say j dot, and k dot equal to 0. This is the equation number 1. Similarly, when you find the dot product of d and this, so xi plus yj plus zk का dot किससे? b से. The b is 3i minus 2j plus 7k. It is equal to 0. Find the dot product. So x into 3i will be equal to 3x, y into this minus 2y, and z with k with 7k it will be equal to 7, z equal to 0. This is the equation number 3. Similarly, c with d, so it will be equal to how much? It will be 3 is 2i minus j plus 4k dot with d. d is y xi plus yj plus zk equal to 15. So when you find the dot product is of these two will be equal to how much? You will get that 2x, then minus j with y, it is minus y, and 4k with zk will go to 4z equal to how much? 13. So this is the equation number 3. Now because you have to find this vector d, which we have let it equal to xi plus yj plus zk, you have to solve these three equations. That is the equation number 1, equation number 2, and equation number 3. You can get the value of the x, y, and j as the value of x. You will get as it will be 160 upon the value of x will get 160 upon 3. The value of y you will get as minus 5 upon 3, and the value of z you will get minus 70 upon 3. So when you solve these three equations by using the substitution method, you will get the value of x as equal to 160 upon 3. The value of y you will get as minus 5 upon 3, and the value of z you will get minus 70 upon 3. You take your own time, solve these three equations, and the value of x, y, and z you will get. When you replace these value in the vector d with xi, yj, zk, you will get the vector d as how much? The value of x 160. You will get 160 I upon 3 minus 5j upon 3 minus 70k upon 3 is the required vector, which is perpendicular to the vector a and b, and the dot product of this vector d with c is equal to how much? It is given at c. So this question is based on the dot product of the two given vectors. So this was the question number 12 we have done. Now in question number 13, the scalar product of the given vector, that is scalar product of the given vector, that is I, j plus k. Scalar product means dot of the vector with the unit vector along the sum of these two vectors. So unit vector along the sum, unit vector means cap. The sum of these two vectors is xi plus 4j minus 5k plus the vector is lambda I plus 2j plus 3k. The sum of these two vectors is equal to given as 1. Question एक बार और ध्यान सुन लीजिए. It is given that the scalar product of this vector with the unit vector means cap. The sum of these two vectors is equal to 1. So I have to find the cap of the sum of these two vectors. So first of all, find the sum of these two vectors. You will get the sum of these two vectors as when you add it 2 plus lambda I. When you add these two, you will get this 4i plus 2j, it will be equal to 6j, 5k plus 3k, it will be equal to 2k. You have to find the cap of this vector, and the cap of this vector, you know it is vector divided by the modulus of the given vector. So 2 plus lambda I plus 6j minus 2k divided by the modulus of this vector, which is equal to under root x square plus y square plus z square, x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1. Now find the dot product of these two. So I say I, it will be equal to 2 plus lambda. J say j, it will be equal to 6. K say k minus 2. And you take this to the right hand side, it will be equal to under root 2 plus lambda ka whole square plus 40. And when you solve this equation, squaring both the side, the value of lambda you will get as 1. जब आप इसको solve करेंगे, squaring both the side, the value of lambda equal to 1. 1 के equal आएगा ये. Okay? Simplify करो, squaring both the side करके you can simplify it and you'll get the value of this as x plus lambda plus 6 on the left hand side. When you're squaring the both sides, you will get the lambda as 1. Okay, so it is a good question. Yet it is given that the dot product of this vector with the sum of unit vector with the sum of these two means cap. इसका क्योंकि cap निकालना, you can थोड़ा बड़ा सा cap लगा सकते हैं आप. ये cap है, तो cap क्या होता है? Vector को उसको मॉडुलस से डिवाइड करके इसका डॉट प्रोडक्ट निकाल कर 1 के इक्वल. So this is the question number 13 of the mixedness exercise. We'll continue the next lecture. Thank you.